A Dark Song is a film that has been on my radar for a little while now. It has been on my watch list for a while. I had heard it done pretty good in the festival circuit, and I was looking forward to it. So when I saw it was put on Netflix, I pretty much immediately pressed play on it. This is definitely not a film for everyone. Not that any film is for everyone, but this is a slow burn horror movie. I know a lot of people today are looking for fast-paced, more stuff going on, and this is definitely not one of those films. So if you're opposed to pretty damn slow burns, I would recommend you check out something different. This movie is about a woman who hires a man who is into the occult and dark arts to help her perform a ritual. I will not say for what reason. I think that is spoiler territory. So she rents a house in a secluded area so that they can perform this ritual. The ritual takes place over a long period of time, months and months. And I think that would be my first positive about this movie. I've really never seen a film quite like this. It felt very original to me. Now, could I sit down and find films that are similar to it? Sure. I mean, I don't think there's any idea that's absolutely original by any means. But this had a different feel to it than any other kind of ritualistic type of, trying to summon this or trying to, talk to somebody dead or whatever. Any one of those kinds of films, I don't feel like goes to this length like this. This whole film is one ritual. The whole movie, pretty much from 5-10 minutes in to the end, they're performing the ritual. Usually in these kinds of movies, it is a 2 to 5 minute affair, and then things progress and happen from there. The demons come up, their house is now possessed or haunted, they're possessed, whatever. This film is all about the ritual, the slow burn of, what she has to go through in order to get what she wants. The next positive I want to talk about is the acting. I thought that the two characters, especially the female, was absolutely excellent. The film has a consistent tone and atmosphere that just progressively gets a little more eerie. It also makes you question whether or not this is real or this is not. Pretty much almost, the length of the film. It's one of those looking around like, is this really happening? Is she seeing this? Is this guy fucking with her? And it keeps you, keeps you guessing throughout the film. It doesn't take your hand and, spoon feed it to you. You really gotta think. You really gotta, be there and pay attention to this film for sure. I think that the hero of this film, and I do think it's in a great film, so there's a lot of great aspects of the movie. But for me, the thing that worked the best out of all of it was this score. The score was very haunting, and it was put in the right places and used to really amplify scenes or, give moments of drama, sadness, anger, fear, whatever emotion, whatever they were trying to convey, they really did a good job with the score. Another thing I want to mention is this is the director's directorial debut, the first feature-length film he has made, and I'm very impressed with this guy. I will for sure be keeping track of his career to come because he made this film with a lot of confidence. It's a very well shot movie, very competently made. I could tell it's definitely has a lower budget, but it was so, the budget was so well utilized. I mean, everything in this looked great, felt great. Another thing that I definitely want to commend this film for is that it took risks. Towards the end, there are some things that happen that can definitely come off silly if it wasn't done right. And I think that they just went for it. I know a lot of these kinds of films pull punches, or they kind of, safeguard their work by not really showing things. And this film is risky. It shows you things that definitely I could see people laughing and being like, this is stupid, this is silly. And I get it. I mean, I understand it, but I definitely think it worked for me. I appreciated the boldness of the choices towards the end. And I do think the ending has a strong impact. And it also leaves you questioning things. Not so many things that you're annoyed, like, what the fuck, come on, that didn't make any sense. It's just open-ended a little bit. And you get to discuss it, which is the best part of movies, when you get out and you talk with your friends and, well, what do you think was going on here? I don't think it's bad storytelling if there's some open-ended questions, as long as they intrigue you, as long as they're not so open-ended or plot lines that they promised to close off and they didn't. Those things are annoying. But when you get out of a movie and you have small questions that are fun to discuss, that is where a lot of, the excitement comes from discussing film. And I think this is a good film to, once it's over, sit down and talk with a few friends about it if they have seen it and they like to discuss film. And I'm very much looking forward to discussing this with some of my friends. The only negatives I really have to say about this movie is I do feel like it could have been tightened up a little. And I felt like the choices in editing sometimes were a little too harsh. I felt like there were scenes that were going on and then they were just abruptly cut. And we were transported to the next scene, and it was very jarring. And it kind of took you like, whoa, oh, okay, I guess we're done with that scene and here we are at the next one. That happens a decent amount in films, and it happens a lot, not a lot, but a decent amount here, to where I noticed it. I think if it would only happen once or twice, I don't think I'd be mentioning it right now. So it definitely happened more than that. But overall, I mean, if you really like slow burn type movies, like something like a Session 9, this is definitely one to check out. I highly recommend it to people who are into occult, ritual, spirits, supernatural, stuff like that. I think this is a very unique, fairly original take with some great acting, great cinematography, and a well-told tale. So check it out if that sounds interesting to you.